Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope all of you guys have been having an amazing week. I for sure am having a way better week than I was last week. If you guys did watch my video last week, I do apologize if I did seem out of it and tired. It genuinely was just because I honestly was out of it and tired. Like I said, I had been planning and running around and just doing a whole bunch of things. So I do apologize if I seemed a little bit sluggish in that video. I am definitely rejuvenated. I feel so much more energized this week. And also, I'm in such a great mood, and I'm sure most of you guys are because spring is finally here. We made it, you guys. We made it. I'm so freaking excited. I can't believe it's finally here. And with that being said, I thought it would be a cool idea to do a video about my top 10 most plants that I'm excited about to see grow this spring. I'm not sure if that made sense. Did I word that right? My top 10 plants that I'm most excited to see grow this spring. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to go ahead and just hop right into it. No ranting for today. And this is not going to be in any specific order. I'm probably just going to do it by smallest to biggest because I have in front of me sitting a variety of like the most randomest plants. They're not connected in any way. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So starting off, I am so excited to see this one grow. This is my Sgonium elbow, if it will focus, if you guys can see. She is so freaking adorable. She's obviously a itty bitty tiny baby. This is her newest leaf right here. And she's so cute. Like each leaf is just a unique print, a unique variegation, and I love that about this plant. In general, I honestly love Syngoniums. I actually have a few Syngoniums in my collection already. And on top of that, I love any type of variegated plant too. So this being both of them, I just absolutely adore this plant. I love little tiny plants. Like she's so cute. Her leaves are so tiny, but I honestly cannot wait for her to get bigger. When I first received her, I think she only had one leaf, if I'm correct, but it was a while ago. It was sometime last year. So she's only getting bigger, and I really, really want her to become like a bushy, crazy looking Syngonium elbow. I've seen people who have them and they're like really bushy and crazy and full, and that's really what I want for her. Like I said, I already have a few Syngoniums that are already becoming more on the bushy side, but this one I'm so extremely to see her growth, especially now with spring here and her getting the most of her light. I just have her in Leca, but I probably will be transitioning her to soil sometime soon. And she's just literally in like a baby Gerber jar that I reused from my son. But yeah, this is one that I'm super extremely excited to see grow. I just want her to become very luscious and thick. All right. And since we're on the topic of variegations, we're just going to go ahead and hop into this one. This is my variegated African violet. And this one is another one that I think is so freaking cute. I actually have two other African violets that are just solid all green. One of them has like purple blooms and then the other one has pink blooms. So this one, I've actually never seen it bloom. Obviously, it's still a itty bitty baby, but oh my God, like look how gorgeous this plant is. The variegations are just like crazy. She's so fluffy. Can you see like her little hairs sticking off of her? And each variegation is so different, but each leaf is variegated. She has some babies coming in too. This one looks like it's going to be pretty variegated. I'm just so excited to see her bloom this spring. I'm so curious to know what type of blooms she's gonna have, what color blooms she's gonna have. And like I said, I already have two other ones, but since she's variegated, I just absolutely fell in love. I was like, she is so adorable. And she is a little sun-stressed, so you can see that she has some pink on top of her. And I just adore this plant. I think it's so freaking cute. She actually lives in my grow cabinet and she has been absolutely thriving in there. So this one, I cannot wait for her to become bigger and show me what bloom she's gonna have this spring. All right, hopping into the next one, we're gonna go ahead and grab this guy. So this guy, I'm gonna be guessing this guy's name because when I did receive it, they didn't tell me the specific name, but my guess is gonna be the Ring of Fire, Philodendron Ring of Fire, non-variegated, is what I'm assuming it is. If I am wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments down below, but I do believe this is a Ring of Fire. I love the Ring of Fire pattern, like the leaf cut on this, and that's what it's giving. I love how deep dark green it is. Like right now, shining up to the light, it doesn't look that dark, but when I pull it back, like look how dark the leaves are. I love that about this plant. And I have seen some people's collections when they do have this plant, they have it and it's giant, like ginormous, like bigger than your head leaves. And that is what I want from this plant. It has not given me much. I've had this one since last year as well, and it does have a new growth point, but it hasn't given me a new leaf, and I'm not too sure as to why, but hopefully it's just waiting to like boom in spring and just grow a whole bunch is what I'm hoping for. So that's what I'm really looking towards for in this plant. I just want it to grow. I want it to have more than one leaf, please. I want it to be a really big bushy plant. And yeah, I actually really like this plant, but like I said, it just hasn't done much for me. I just really think it's cool looking, it's different looking, it's dark, and I love that. But hopefully we can get this guy a little bit bigger this spring and summer, and I will keep you guys updated for sure. By the way, if you guys don't already follow me on my socials, definitely follow me. Specifically on my Instagram is where I'm much more active, and I definitely try to update you guys on my stories and things like that. So if you do want to see any of these little updates, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. It's going to be under Planted Pothead, and I will go ahead and put it somewhere down below or in the description. So yeah, moving on, next one. So that was already 3 in, okay. So next one, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this girl. I always have trouble saying this one's name. I'm trying to get a little bit better at telling you guys the specific names of plants because I definitely go by the nicknames, but I do want to tell you guys the true name. So if you guys are interested in any of these plants, you guys buy the right kind. But this one, I believe, is called Ficus elastica Shaveriana Moonshine. And that is this girl. She is beautiful. I know I'm saying that about every single plant, but that's honestly how I feel. Like, look at this. Look at her leaves. Are you kidding me? Like each leaf is so different. It blows my mind. This is definitely like one of those plants that every time it's about to have a new leaf come out, I keep an eye out on it because I'm genuinely like excited about it, and I'm just like, I wonder how it's gonna look. Like I wonder how different it's going to be. Like as you can see, like something like this is just like a peppered speckle, but then something like this is like a more deeper green with lime green. This one right here is actually its newest leaf, and that's why it's a little bit more pinker. It is fully hardened off, so it is gonna probably get a little bit bigger within the next week or so, but I genuinely love this plant. This one also lives in my grow cabinet. This actually came with the plant when I first received it, but I haven't had any issues with these plants, and it has been giving me some amazing growth. So I genuinely am super excited to see this one grow this spring and summer, because I actually have a few other Ficus elasticas in my collection, but they're like very large. They're like long stems, already fully big. I don't have any that are like this short and stout and little. And I honestly want to keep it this way. I like how short and little and stout this is. If I could make it like just a little bush, like a little short bush, I would love it like this, because I just think it's so cute. So yeah, I'm honestly excited to see how much more this one is gonna grow. And honestly, just because I get excited about each growth every single time. Yeah, so this is a Ficus elastica shiveriana moonshine, I believe. All right. This next one is, I feel like, a pretty common plant, but I've actually never owned it myself. Alex actually got me two begonias, which are actually the first in my collection too. I've never owned a begonia. And this one is actually the Angelwing Bonia, and it speaks for itself. Like, look at her beautiful angel wings. She is gorgeous. I have fallen deep in love with this plant. When he first gave it to me, I think it literally had like 4 leaves, and it has probably tripled in the time that I've had it, which has only been like, I think like 2 or 3 months. So it definitely grows like a weed, and I have not had any trouble with this plant. This one also lives in my grow cabinet. It definitely likes the humidity, I think, in there. And my grow cabinet stays anywhere from like, the lowest would be like 60 maybe, and the highest can range all the way up till 90. So I do air out my cabinets as well, so it can have some airflow in there, but it absolutely loves it. It's so freaking cute. I love the way that the leaves literally look like look at these angel wings. How cute. And it has so many speckles on it. I just think it's so crazy. Like, this is one of those plants that amazes me, and it gets me like hooked into plants. Like, that is so wild how a plant can grow like that. So I'm genuinely excited to see this one grow even bigger, especially since it grows pretty fast. I've seen people have begonias on like tall stakes, and I think that's what I'm going to be planning to do with this one. If it starts to grow pretty tall for me, I'm probably going to add a stake to it and just try to grow it as tall as I can, probably similar to like a moss pole, because I would just think that's so cool looking. Definitely, I feel like a staple in someone's collection. I think it's like, when people do come over to my house, they tend to look at this one and they're like, what the heck? Like, what is that? That looks crazy. So yeah, I definitely recommend, if you guys don't have a begonia, start off with a angel wing begonia, because they're beautiful. And at least for me, it has been very easy to take care of. All right. Let's see what else. Let me grab this guy. Okay. So next plant that I am actually pretty excited about this spring, summer, is one that I have had for a while, but when I first received it, I think I just genuinely didn't know how to take care of it. And I ended up kind of changing its habitat and changing how it was living, and it has done so much more for me. So I'm actually excited to see it grow a lot more. I will definitely say I think it's still in like rehabilitation, but it's doing so much better. And that is my Stagghorn Fern. So as you can see, it has some browning on the tips, and I think that's honestly just for me not watering it enough. It was living in a pot and I just wasn't keeping it as moist as it should be. And now me and Alex actually put it on this like wood frame, you would say, like wall mount, and it has been loving it. I have it in soil and then in moss tied around it, and it has given me so much more new growth. If you can see, like, look at all these little short stubby new growths coming out, and I'm just so excited for it to become so much bigger so I can keep re-upping its little wall mount and it to become a huge staghorn fern. I actually really enjoy these, especially when I go to like garden centers. There's this one garden center that me and Alex love to go to together, and they have the biggest staghorn ferns I've ever seen in my life, and that's just honestly goals for me.
Hello? Hi.
I definitely don't think I'm gonna get it like huge like that, but if I can get it like, you know, double the size of my head, I would be very happy. I think this is so cool looking. It's also like just unique. It's a statement plant. You don't see these often in people's homes, and I love it. I actually really love it. I like how it honestly reminds me kind of seaweed. I like how it grows all crazy. I love the crazy plants. So I like how that just looks like it's just doing its own thing. That's crazy to me. Yeah, so hopefully we get a lot of new growth with this guy this spring and summer. Okay, let's see. After that one, I think I'm gonna do this girl. So, first things first, when it comes to this plant, I think I have showed you guys this plant already. If not on YouTube, then definitely on Instagram, because this has been one of my favorite plants for a while, ever since it was gifted to me. Um, the sad thing is, it actually has been living outside, and now I'm officially going to be moving her indoors because she just has been going through it. Every single time I go outside, she is getting eaten up by something, whether it's insects or like animals. So that's the whole reason I brought her in right now. I'm pretty sure after this video, I'm gonna like fully clean her up, wash her down, and treat her for any type of pest. And she's just gonna permanently start to live inside my house because she is going through it. But I did want to show her to you guys today because I genuinely do love this plant, and I am excited to see it have a lot more growth this year. And that is going to be my Thanksgiving Christmas cactus. I love this cactus. If you guys are looking for a unique looking, easy cactus, definitely go with this one. And on top of that, it has beautiful blooms, like beautiful blooms. I'll show you guys a picture of her blooms that she had this past Thanksgiving and Christmas. They were so beautiful, and she bloomed like 5 separate times for me. So she was just loving life, and she stayed outside this whole winter for me too. So I love her. She's actually sun stressed right now, and I also love that about her too. If I can get my hands on a variegated Christmas cactus, oh my God, that would be my dream plant for sure. That's one of my wish list plants. I absolutely love the variegated Christmas cactuses. Hopefully in the future, but for right now, I still love this girl. She is so cute to me. She's so unique looking to me. Like I said, her blooms are beautiful. I just love them so much. And yeah, I've seen people have these and they grow them to like a huge mature size in like hanging baskets, and they just like flow down. It looks like a trailing plant almost, and that's kind of what I want for this one. I really hope that I can keep up growing her and keep up repotting her and making her bigger and bigger to hopefully put her in like a hanging basket, and all of her leaves can just like fall downwards and she'll just be beautiful and huge and have like amazing blooms every winter. I think that's what I love about this plant also, is like in the winter when no other plants are blooming that much, this girl never lets me down. So yeah, this is going to be my Thanksgiving Christmas cactus. And this is what I was talking about. Like, look at these giant bite marks. She is getting eaten up outside and I feel so bad for her. I think the culprit are snails. That's who I caught on here last time. I don't know about this time, but she's just gonna start to move inside. I'm sorry. All right, next on my list of my plants I'm excited about is going to be my Peperomia Hope. I'm sure you guys have seen this or you probably have one, but I think we can all say that this plant is just so freaking cute. Like, oh my God. Look how cute those little leaves are. They look like little tiny watermelons. They're nice and plump. They're so smooth to the touch. I love her crazy growth. Like, she's always growing some type of crazy way. The only thing I can say about this plant that I don't like is that I do have to give her a lot of top sun. And that's only because I feel like if I don't, her little leaves at the very top tend to like mold and fall off and get stuck in the soil, and then that creates like fungus gnats to come. So as long as I give her a lot of top light, she thrives amazingly. I've had her for a little while and she's not like an extremely fast grower, but I feel like she has given me some good growth, because I think she was like up to like here, like only coming out of the pot a little bit, and she's giving me all of this already so far. So I can't wait to see how much more growth she gives me this spring, because I've seen people who have this plant and they're like long, extremely long, and I want that for this plant so bad. I want her to become as long as she can. It honestly kind of reminds me of like the string of hearts, and that's what I want. Like, I want her to be like so hopefully I can get a lot more growth out of this girl. I love Peperomia, but this one definitely has to be my favorite Peperomia. She's so cute. I love her. All right, we're going through this pretty fast. I think I only have 2 plants left to show you guys. And this next one I'm going to show you, you guys have actually seen, because I repotted this one up, I believe, in one of my videos. It might have been my first video, honestly. So if you guys watched that first video, then you guys will remember this plant, and that is my Monstera Escaleto. Here he is. And I believe when I potted him up for the first time, he actually had 2 more leaves at the bottom. And I think with the transition of being potted and everything like that, he actually did lose those 2 leaves. They yellowed and they fell off, which is totally fine. It happens with the transition. And with that though, he actually gave me this newest leaf right here. And I believe this one was like unfurling at the time that I repotted him. So yeah, this is the newest leaf, and I feel like it honestly has gotten way bigger. Look at that giant fenestration too. I absolutely cannot wait for this plant to get massive. That is my goal for this guy. I want him to be huge. I want to keep upsizing his moss pole over and over again to the point where his leaves are like bigger than my head. That is genuinely what I want with this guy. I absolutely love the Monstera genus. I think that was probably like the first plant that I owned was like a Monstera. It was the Monstera deliciosa. And I have many Monsteras. I have the Deliciosa, I have the Thai Constellation, I have the Adansonii. I have a lot of them, but I will say now, since having all of these, the Escaleto has quickly became one of my favorites. I just think it's so easygoing. I've never had any trouble with this guy, and I haven't had any trouble with the Deliciosa either, but this one is just so much more cooler to me. I love the fenestrations. I love the shape of the leaf. I love everything about it. Honestly, like it's just so easygoing. It's so cool looking. I think it's like another statement in your collection. And like I said, I just want it to become massive. Like I just want this to become giant. So I absolutely cannot wait. I honestly feel like this is a fast grower as well. So I cannot wait to see how much more it's gonna grow for me this year. I'm super excited for this one. All right. So, last plant, but definitely not my least favorite plant. I love this plant. It actually, I think, might be one of my newest plants that I've added to my collection. So it's fairly new to me. I don't know too much about it, but I love it so much. I think it's so beautiful. And I have a hard time pronouncing the name, but I believe it's called Passiflora Calavoxy or something like that, and it's very tall. So just to let you know also, the way that this plant was given to me is the way that I have left it. I have not changed it, not one bit. And that's simply just because I don't want to change the environment of it too much, especially since it's new to my environment. I don't want to shock it. I don't want it to die because I really want this plant. So I have left it the way it is so it can like acclimate. And I think now at this point, I'm probably going to switch it up a little bit, probably put it in like a cuter pot, fix the stakes that it's currently on. But with that being said, I do genuinely love this plant and I cannot wait for the growth of this guy. So this is it. I'm sorry if this is awkward. I have to like put it on the floor because it's so tall. Like this is it on my floor and it's still like super tall. So this is, let me show you, twist it around. Let's see. Here we go. Look at that little leaf right there. Look at these. So the reason why I love this plant so much is because it reminds me so much of butterflies. I think it's so freaking cute. It's so dainty. Look at these like little aerial roots. They're actually wrapped around the stake itself. And I just think that's so freaking adorable. Like, what the heck? I love that it has like a little tiny variegation in it. I love how dainty it looks. I love how they look like butterflies. I also believe this is a climbing plant. So I definitely want it to grow out as much as it can. And I think I'm gonna try to put it like against my wall so it can like vine up my wall. And yeah, I just love this plant. It amazes me. It's so freaking cute. It has been very easy growing and I've heard that it's easy growing. So if you're looking for a plant that you want to not like overtake your area or you want it to be more of like a little dainty plant, definitely recommend this one. This one is so cute. Mine is looking crazy, but that's because, like I said, I have not switched up its situation at all. I didn't want to mess with it. It does have some like dead leaves hanging that I need to cut off. I might do that when I finish this video. And I definitely want to put it on a different stake and in a different pot, but it's still thriving. It's still doing what it needs to do. It's so freaking cute. Look at that. and I absolutely love butterflies. As you can see, I have them on me. So when I saw this plant, I was like, oh my God, I need it, I want it, I love it. And yeah, I absolutely cannot wait for this plant to grow more. I just got it, so I'm hoping to see a lot more growth and for it to climb my walls. That's the goals. I want it to climb my walls for sure. So yeah, Passiflora columboxy, I believe. If that is wrong, I will put the name somewhere on the screen. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. That is going to be my top 10 plants that I am most excited to see grow this spring, this summer. Like I said, I will definitely be giving you guys updates, whether it's on this YouTube channel or if it's back on my Instagram. Like I said, don't forget to follow me if you do want to see some of these planty updates. But otherwise, that is pretty much gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And like always, if you guys have any recommendations on any new videos you guys wanna see, please leave them down in the comments down below. But if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like it. If you want, share it, whatever you guys are feeling. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.